Good evening, everyone, and thank you for attending. Thank you for joining our webinar on Introduction to UI UX Design. And my name is Abha Singh Rana, and I am a social media specialist with Titanus Technology. And I'm very excited to be hosting this webinar today. But first, I'm going to check how many participants do we have till now. All right. As I can see, we have 28 people who have joined, which is an amazing number. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And let's wait for a few more minutes. Till then, I will play a video of our office, of our company, Titanus Technology, so you all can know, what this is about, what we do and how we can help you, right? All right, so I'm going to be playing the video. All right, so without wasting any time, I'm going to invite our speaker, Mr. Samanve Biswas. Mr. Samanve has over 20 years of experience in UI UX design. So I think this is going to be fun because you guys are going to learn a lot from it. All right. Also, I would like to say कि since आप सभी लोग इंडिया से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं अलग-अलग cities से, right? तो we can continue in Hindi as well, blended mode में we will talk so that सब कुछ समझ आए सब कुछ, right? That is the main motive of this meeting. All right. Also, I would like to tell you all that आपको e-certificates मिलने वाले हैं इसके end में, right? To avail your e-certificates, make sure that आप इस मीटिंग का एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले रहे हैं लास्ट में एक ईमेल एड्रेस आई विल शेयर विद यू उस ईमेल पे आपको रिवर्ट बैक करना है उस स्क्रीनशॉट के साथ एंड आपके नेम्स के साथ ओके प्लीज डोंट फॉरगेट दैट इफ यू वांट योर ई सर्टिफिकेट ऑलराइट नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट मिस्टर सामनवे टू टेक ओवर
Hi, Abhay. Thank you for giving us my short introduction and
hello
arrange
sir
this webinar.
how are you feeling today
Yeah, fine. I'm fine.
so like before we
So
begin
thank
like
you.
tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about UI UX. Like, what do you think? क्या prospects है इसके हमारे students के लिए in future? And like, what is this going to be like?
Yes. So UX and UI are the two things actually. UX is user experience. So user experience was there means when we started using so many products means physical and the digital products, the UX concept must be needed, means it is required, it is obvious. Without user experience, we cannot proceed. Means whatever the experience we are having daily to daily life, in our daily to daily life, that has to be implemented on the product. Otherwise, the user will not be able to use it. That is the main thing. That is the concept of UX. So whatever you are going to develop, any product, any physical product, any virtual product, so it has to be keep in your mind that you have to develop in such a way that people can be able to use it. So the usability factor should be there. So that is the concept of UX design. So you have to design it in prior, you have to plan it. So how to plan, what is the process? So I'm going to discuss this one in a very short span of time.
Right, right.
And
Thank you.
UI, okay,
Yeah, let's
so
start your
UI,
PPT, right?
okay.
Yeah.
So and in addition, actually, I must say something that nowadays that UX UI design becomes a very intrinsic part of IT development and any other product development company, because you know that uh, so many competitions are there in the market. Competition is very high now. Whenever you are thinking about developing any product, any kind of physical or virtual product, so you have to keep in your mind that already the product has been launched. That kind of product has been launched already. So you have to, design it in such a way that, the product will be liked by the users. That's why there are high chance of this job positions, means the UX UI designers are mostly required in IT company and any kind of product development company. So that's why the UX UI designers are highly rated in nowadays, and that is very obvious. That's why actually we are, giving this webinar to acknowledge you about the UX UI design. Okay, let me start my PPT and let me start. So from current slide, okay. So okay, welcome to the webinar on UX UI design. So this is an interactive session, so you can ask any question at any point of time. Okay, so during my presentation. So basically UX design is a process. Obviously it's a process. Any design is actually, it's a process.
So your screen is not visible. Can you please share your screen?
Okay, sure. Let me, yes, I have already shared. It's not coming. Yes, is. So is my screen visible
Yes,
now?
yes, it is visible now. Thank you.
It is visible, right? Okay,
Right.
thank you. So let me zoom in. Yes. So what is UX design? I was telling about that UX design is the process. So any design is the process to elaborate your content, whether to make that particular content very much usable and very much prominent to the user. Design is the only way. But UX design process is a little bit of different, which I am going to explain in next a few minutes. So basically, this is a process which designers use to create a product that provides meaningful and logical experience. These two words are very much important: meaningful and logical. If the product has no meaning and users are not going to users are not feeling easy to use it, rather than they are confusing to you while they are using that product, that means there is no credibility of that particular product and nobody will use that. So let me explain it in few examples which I set for this webinar. There are so many scenarios are there. So I think this is a very common thing and we are using in it in our daily life, that is TV remote. So here you see that power button that has been designed in that way that it is placed on the top left corners. In some remote, it is placed on the middle center position on the top part, and somewhere it has been placed on the right corner, top right corner. And the menu, you see the menu button, it is near about these navigation buttons. So why this placement is so obvious? Why this standard has been followed? So if we design like this, that this power button is on the bottom of this navigation and the menu button is on the top left corner, then what will be the result? Will users accept these changes? Aapko kya lagta hai? What do you think? So do you have any experience? Do you have any kind of we switch the placement of the buttons, change the placement of the buttons, then what will be the ends for the users? So if I have any explanation. Okay, so the main thing is that why the power button is on the top, why this is so much away from this navigation part, because when we switch on the TV, we switch on the TV one time, right? So switch on and off is not the frequent task. So one time we switch on the TV, then what is very much frequently we are doing, we are navigating between the channels, and we are increase the sound and other options. We are, we are setting the contrast and other things on the screen, and we are changing the channels very frequently. So that's why all the navigation buttons are very much close, so that it is very much handy to navigate. If we place this power button at the bottom of these navigations, what will happen? Wrongly, if I place my finger on the top of this power button, then my TV will be off. Okay, so that's why actually it is on the top. So this is called actually the usability standard. Why actually this has been placed? Because we have observed how to operate the TV, because switch on and off is one time operation, but changing the channel is a frequent operation. That's why it must be very much away from these navigation buttons. So let's take another example to make it more clear, like this. So now this is the physical product and this is the digital product. So everyone using Flipkart and Amazon. Okay, so we are very much fond of it. We use it in our daily life, isn't it, guys? आप इंटरेक्टिव कर सकते हो, मतलब आप कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो, क्योंकि दिस इज जस्ट नॉट लाइक दैट आई एम टीचिंग यू एंड यू आर गोइंग टू लिसन इट. So you can do arguments also. Okay, so we are commonly, we see that this is very much standard and obvious, that you see that search, that's this panel, is on the top of the screen, and this is very much prominent. So user will come and click on it and they can start searching for their product. But if someone think like this, that unnecessary it is taking the whole area, means after the branding, suppose some user doesn't want to search, they want to browse, they want to navigate. They know that if I click on this mobile menu, then all the mobile products will be coming up in the list. So why are we are going to search at the beginning? So that's why I have designed this one. This one on the right side, you see that the search the search icon is on the top right. If you click on it, then the panel will be pop up containing this search text field, where people can, user can tap on it and they can start searching. But there is a problem. The problem is that here actually the search is a very prominent out here. If I need to search something, automatically instantly I can start searching instantly without any hesitation. But here I have to find out that particular function or particular, button. Where should I, means from where actually I need to, I have to go for search. I have to click on this button, one click, then I have to tab on this search text field, and then the keyboard will be pop up from the bottom, and then I will start searching. So this is little bit, tricky. So that's why actually this standardization has been followed. Now in the next example, it is a very common in any hotel booking application or website. The search is always on the top, and the main three fields are very much common: where, when, and how many borders. Why? Because suppose you forget about any digital process. 20 years back, actually, we used to take the phone number, concerned phone number, and we used to call them that I want to book for these days, this number of days, and I will be reached there on this date. And with me, another two guys will, will reach there. So is there any availability of room? And I want this kind of room. So that's why it is on the top, because this is the first search criteria you should provide. So user experience is like that. Whatever we are experiencing in daily life, that has to be incorporated. So it will actually give the usability to that particular product. Usability means easy to use. Users will come and they will know, okay, how to proceed, how to, find the proper result. What I should get, I will find it very easily. Another thing is that here, suppose this listing is coming nowadays. If you start searching, suppose the place is started with C or B, so automatically the listing is coming up like Bangalore, Canada. If the auto search is not there, so 10 years back, there is no auto search. I have to, fill it up the address. So then the cognitive load will be high. Cognitive load means you have to type correctly about the place. Otherwise, the result will not come. The listing will not come. But here, if I type only the Canada, all the places of Canada is listing out. So now it is very much easy to only select and then fill other fields and get the result very easily. So user intervention is very little. So this is very much usable process. Okay, is there any question? Or do you have any kind of, have you, experienced anything? So you can explain it. So this is how actually the UX works. And we are implementing the experiences of general users to our design in a very effective way, so that people will come and they started using it without learning everything. To run a particular website, or to operate a website or any kind of web application, obviously we are not going to the institution to learn about it, because it is a self-learning process. That's why the usable word is very much important here. So the main objective is that your product should match with users' mental model. So here is the user's mental model. Mental model means our brain, what we think, what we observe in our daily life. And the product which you are going to develop or you have developed, the features has to be designed in such a way that it should match up with this mental model. So this overlapping should be high and high. It is not possible that this will overlap perfectly 100%. This is not possible, obviously, but this area should be much and more. Then if this is matching, then obviously the users will use your product and they will love to use it. Okay, now these are the factors: useful, usable, accessible, credible, desirable, valuable. Actually, what I'm explaining here, these are the just terminologies. Usable, I think you understood the terminology. Accessible means the content, whatever the interactive part, it has to be accessed very easily. That is called accessible.
Mr.
Yes,
Samanvay,
Mr. Abhay.
yeah,
Yes.
we have a
Yeah,
question for
tell
you,
me.
okay? Mr. Gurinder is asking that some sites and
Yeah.
apps ask for your location
Yes.
to automatically search hotels and services near you. So this is the whole thing that he
Yeah.
has written. I mean, I think he wants to ask that what is this? Does it come
Mhm.
in UI or UX? Like, what is this feature where they want to access your location?
Okay, very good question. Very good question. Yes, that planning, because when that particular app or website has been developed, means what are the plan, means before the developing any website and application, there is a planning session, that whether I should develop the feature in that way or not. Suppose here, when I put a location, then near about hotels, near about, gas stations, all are, uh, are showing in a particular map. So this is already very much useful. Now, this feature is very much useful, but directly you cannot develop it without any prior design So the design part includes the UX and UI. Means the usability factor, means who invented this process or developed this process, that user doesn't have to find anywhere. If I am this location, what are the near about restaurants, hotels, means service centers, anything else. So I can find it easily on that particular screen. I don't have to move to other location. Obviously, it has been designed first and then developed. So the design includes user experience design. User experience design, I must show this screen so that you will understand. This is the actually process of UX design. So first of all, this kind of flow, actually flow structure we have developed. We are developing this kind of flow first, and then wireframe design is required. First of all, actually, we are not thinking about any color, style, background, foreground. No, we are just planning that what are the features and functionality So that how this will be populated, how the user will move from one screen to another screen, how user will get the desired answer very easily. So this is the part of UX design. And then after UX design means this UX has been approved and client and all stakeholders are agreed with that particular flow and screen design, then we are converting this to UI. You see that on the left side, this is the UX design, means only the placement of the element. Even the elements are not prominent. We can say that yes, on the right side there will be image, menu, 3 images will be there like this. There on the left side, there will be some text and some button. But on the right side, when we convert it into UI, then the actual look and feel is coming up of that particular website. Now, after the UI design, what is the process? That front-end developer convert this UI into HTML page by coding, by markup language coding, hypertext markup language. Okay, but for native application, the process is quite different because you have to design that UI in material design process, and then users automatically they will use that elements into their framework. Sorry, developers. So this is the process. So according to your question, all these 3 segments will be involved. First UX, then UI, and then the development. So am I clear?
Yes, yes, sir. I
Do
think
you understand? Okay.
everyone understood really
Yes,
well. Now I have a question for you, all right? So like we
sure,
all
sure,
know
sure.
that we have been through a pandemic, right? 2 साल से pandemic था, कितने
Okay.
लोगों की job गई, right? So
Yes,
tell me,
yes,
क्या इस
absolutely.
pandemic का कुछ effect हुआ इस career field पे, UI UX field पे?
No, what I have experienced, obviously no, because in that pandemic situation, you have observed that e-commerce platforms are really booming, were boomed out at that time. It was really very much popular because obviously people are not able to go out for shopping. So they used to, make orders through some online platforms. Like that's why most of the online delivery system like Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, everywhere. Actually, people are
Right.
going to use more and more. Even the Zomato and the food servicing apps,
So
those become more
basically,
popular.
so basically what
Basically,
you
the
are
UX
saying,
designs are, yes,
yeah, they're
yes, tell
peaking.
me.
Even if there's a pandemic, if they are working from home or the whole city has shut
Yes,
down, UI designers will be at work. They will be making great money, right? So like, how do
yes,
you
yes, yes.
see the industry evolving over the next 5 years? What do you think? What's the future prospects? क्या रहेगा future में UI UX designers का?
Yes, future में it is obvious that future में ये और भी flourish होंगे. मतलब we need more and more UX UI designers. Why? Because the competition is growing hugely. So like that, for an example, a very funny story. Suppose you are creating an application where the general users who can easily operate that particular app. For them, it is not a problem. But those users who are physically not capable, they're having some hearing loss or they have bad sight, they are not able to access it because they cannot read the text, they cannot see where the buttons are there and how it operates. So those you will lose those users. Now another competitor, means another stakeholder, have planned like that. In that particular application they have launched so many bots. So when the application will be launched, automatically the bot will be activated, and there it is briefing that how to operate that particular app. Even it is accepting the voice command from you. If you command like that I am searching for a laptop, I am looking for a laptop, so automatically the listing will be coming off the laptop. Then it will ask the different features, for which brand, for which tell me your brand, your memory. So so that is more accessible. That means that application, the range of users are more and more, so it will be very much interesting like that.
Correct.
So in future 5 years, user experience is such a way, it is a continuous upgradation and evaluation. Today we are using, suppose 20 years back, have you imagined that there will be a smartphone?
I don't think
Well,
anyone would have thought that.
in one touch, actually, we are getting so many things. No, in future, maybe the process of interaction will change completely. Maybe the gesture interaction will be coming. The size of the computer will be very small, and you have to, pass the command through gestures.
Correct.
So
So,
according to that we have to design in that way.
right. So the
So
future
UX
is
design
amazing,
is a
right?
very yes, amazing. So is a very basic thing. So don't be afraid that, okay, in future there will be no scope for UX UI design. No,
It's a never ending thing.
it's a never ending thing. Right, right.
Right. So Gurvinder is saying that he has worked as a freelancer and it was a good experience for me. Yeah. Like I think, yeah, so many freelancers in UI and UX as well, UI UX designers who are charging
Yes,
really
they're working from
great
home.
deal
Yeah,
of money. Definitely,
yes,
Gurvinder. Okay.
yes.
So does anyone else have any questions for sir? You can type that in the chat box. And till then, I think we're done with the presentation, right? I can talk to them about other things now, like about the UI
Yeah,
UI.
yeah,
Right. So I would like you
sure.
all to know that Dietness Technology, which is our company, we offer this course in UI UX and many more other courses, right, where you get to learn a lot, but it's like not an institution. As you can see, we had an IT company, we have projects, we have professionals working on them. So no teachers will be taking your sessions. We will have our IT professionals lecture you and make you help you in your career fields. We have trainings in digital marketing, UI UX designing, PHP, Laravel, content writing, graphic designing, and HR management. And we have 100% job assistance because recruitment empanelment is again one of our services. As you might have seen, हम लोगों ने जो video post किया था, तो आपको job assistance भी पूरी मिलेगी, right?
The
So,
Gurvinder is interesting for job, so he has typed in a chat.
okay,
So can
Gurvinder.
you
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write an email address in the chat box. Okay. You're all requested to share your names, details on this for your e-certificates. And we have for Gurvinder. Gurvinder, from where are you? Can I know everyone from where is everyone here? You can type in the chat box.
so many questions? Okay.
Kolkata. So the amazing thing about this is that we are not only providing online, offline assistance, but online as well. You're welcome to, get and more knowledge from us and job assistance, right? Okay. Wow. We have a great reach. We have people from Kolkata, Bangalore, and Himachal Pradesh.
So Gurvinder is asking that I have 6 months experience as a UI UX designer, and now I'm looking for a full-time job. Any guidance for that?
Sure,
Abhay, can you
Gurvinder.
please?
What we're going to do is, please share your resume on the... Hi, Shweta. Right. Gurvinder, please share your resume on the same email address. I've provided an email address, everybody. Please keep a check on that if you want to avail your e-certificates. इस पे आपको screenshot भेजना है screen का and आपको उसी पे revert back आएगा आपके e-certificate का. All right.
एंड उसी पे आप गुरविंदर आप भेज सकते हो आपका जो रिज्यूमे है वो भेज सकते हो विद द पोर्टफोलियो इफ यू हैव डन एनी प्रोजेक्ट मॉकअप प्रोजेक्ट व्हाटएवर यू हैव
Right.
so
Like
that we can evaluate you.
for
Yes.
people of Punjab, we have offline trainings as well. Okay, so you can come here, you can have our experts help you thrive in this career field, which is going to be, like he said, amazing in future, right? Now we have 10 more minutes left of our meeting. Anyone, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Wow, Jammu, that is amazing. This has been a huge success. Like People are from all over India, which is why we are now also providing online trainings and job assistance, and you will get a chance to work on live projects. So it's a win-win situation. So tell me one thing, everyone, like what before this webinar, did you guys have any idea about what UI UX actually is? Or like I'm sure some of you might know a little bit about it and others must be just curious that what it is exactly. So like how many of you knew what UI UX is exactly? Kindly raise your hands. There is a reaction option, or you can just say a yes or something in the chat. Yes, Sandeep, we also have digital marketing training. We have our IT professionals who will be, guiding you through the process. All you have to do is reach out to us on the provided email address, and one of our HRs will call you and we'll discuss the plan, whichever way fits you, whether it could be online or offline. And yeah, just reach out to us on that email address, training@diagnosistechnology.com, right? I would like to repeat
May I
again.
know the scope of digital marketing in future? Gaurav Singh is asking. So obviously there is a huge scope of digital marketing because you have planned to, create your website or application, whatever. If that will not be marketed, that will not be, that will not have any huge response, then who will get to know about your business? So that's why the digital marketing is very much important, because that your website link has to be listed in the Google listing, or the users should come to use your product. That's why the digital marketing is very much required. That's why this profession is also becomes very much prominent in nowadays.
There,
So if you want to join, you can reach out here, and you can, our HR people will contact you.
there is one more
Yes, Abhay.
question, sir. Gurvinder is
Yes.
saying that I wanted to ask about UX process. So basically user experience. There are a couple of steps which are included in the process, right? But my
Yes,
question
yes, yes, yes.
is there only one process which include multiple steps, or there are multiple processes too?
Very good question. Very
Yeah.
specific subject oriented question. Yes, Gurvinder. The thing is that, yes, there is a standard process. The standard process is very much unique. That is, you have to first of all research on that particular requirement or project. Means whether your product will be useful or not, you have to do a thorough research, because after development, after investing so much money and time, then if nobody will is going to use it, or nobody will be interested to use that product, then it is a wasting of everything. So usefulness means, first of all, whether it will be useful or not. Number two is that the usability standard. So usefulness, usability, desirability, then accessibility. These are the actually phenomenon of behind this UX design. You have to put all these features. Now the steps are that. So first of all, actually, you have to think. You have to think about the logical thinking. You have to do, first of all. That is actually called the. You have to think on behalf of the persona who are going to use your product. So persona means, suppose for e-commerce. E-commerce is a very common thing. So end users is a persona who actually we are using that particular product. For distributors who are distributing your product door to door, that is another user type or persona. So on behalf of them, you have to think. Okay, then you have to actually ideate the scope of the project. So there are lots of processes are there, means inside processes are there. These are the rough ideas, means what I'm telling. Okay, obviously there is a very standard process, but if you go deeply, then there are a lot of, sub processes are there, which you have to follow to get the best result.
Yes,
Yes.
Gurvinder, you're right. We, as deep as we go, we can increase the
Yes,
steps.
but we can increase, and he's asking that yes, so but we can increase and decrease the number of steps according to the, yes, obviously. This is the thing. Suppose for website के लिए वो process बहुत simple होंगे, क्योंकि this is not an application. If that is an application, obviously the process वो बढ़ेगा, मतलब number of process will be increased. Yes, it is right.
Yes, for e-certificates, I've shared the email address with everyone. Kindly share the
Thank
screenshot, right? And your details. Don't forget to share your details as well. Now, Mr. Gaurav is asking that what is better, designing or development,
both are important.
right?
I cannot say that only development is required and only the designer, because these two are like the root of the tree and the stem part of the tree. So one must depend on others, like
Correct.
this. So
Right.
first of all, design should be there, and backend development should be there. Okay, so you have to choose either ways, means in which way you are comfortable with.
Correct. Thank you so much for your question, Gaurav. So as I can see, we're left with 4 minutes in this session. You can still send your
Yes.
questions if you have any, and I'm clear about the e-certificate. And we have also talked about our training program, for which also you can reach out to us. It is online and offline, both are available, right? And there's job assistance and live projects. So I think that is an amazing offer, right? Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I'm still looking out for any questions. Feel free to share this information with your friends as well. Yeah, you can share in the WhatsApp group, but it would be better if you emailed us. Just the names, Arunava. You can share your name and the screenshot,
That's it.
right, on the provided email address. If you're in the WhatsApp group, we also had shared a WhatsApp groups in the email, an invite link. You can check one email. You can join that WhatsApp group as well, okay, for any future updates that we will be giving, but any more webinars and all. Okay, feel free to join those groups. We will send an email again with the same invite link so that you have all the updates about any future webinars. All right. All right. We are left with 2 more minutes. Any more questions? Thank you everyone for joining, by the way. We have gotten a very good response. The database was amazing with people from all over India, which is why we had decided that from now onwards, our trainings are going to be online, because before we were doing only offline trainings, right? And we were getting a great response. But why not share the knowledge with everyone, right? If we can, if there is a way, the online way, which we have realized in pandemic, कि हम सब तक पहुंच सकते हैं, तो online, why not go online, right? All right, I think,
I
thank
think
you.
we can wrap up because there is no
Yeah,
time out here. Time is.
right. Well, thank you, Gurvinder. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for appreciation, Gifty. Feel free to reach out to us on the email address. You know, if you want to connect about job assistance or you want to learn more, there's a lot that we can offer you. Thank you.